Guys, what the fuck are you talking about right now? I was like out of the room for like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes. I don't know. I was just getting stuff ready for the stream, and I come back, and is Yoshida a top or a bottom? Definitely top. I'm not sure if Zizu was trying to say he's an ear guy. Probably the volume's loud. I'm not sure if Zizu was trying to say Yoshida's an ear guy, or if he was trying to say early gang. Avatar Desto says he's getting freaky with the octopus. What have I walked into? What have I walked into? Not saying I don't like it, but, you know. Sheesh. Here, let me tweet out that we're live. I'm going to Twitter. Let me get my phone off the fucking desk. If I look at my phone, I'm going to be too distracted. Let's see. How do I even... Jeez, I'm so terrible at technology trying to find my own goddamn tweets. Oh, yo, actually, I queued up a video for us later to watch because I thought it'd be kind of cool to watch together. But there's another video I really want to watch, so maybe we might watch 2 videos later. Just remind me. Thanks, Testo. Dude, oh my god, that stream was so much fun. I want to do another one like that. The, can I learn Japanese while drunk stream. That was a whale of a time. Let's see. Live now, and I'll add a smiley face. Because I like doing that. Okay. Let's see, who do we got here? Unaversed, how you doing, brother? No D&D tonight? Either way, I'm happy to see you. Aw, thanks, AJ. AJGR96. What is up? Good to see you again. I appreciate you saying that. It's very nice of you. You know what sucks, though? I will say, I don't know why. I have, like, this pimple on my face right here. And, it's on the side that faces the camera, which sucks total ass. Yo, Yoru, what's up? Oh, fuck yeah, Universed. Hell yeah. Also, how are the levels on the microphone, by the way? Because I realized my output on my microphone was to, just my, what's it called? My interface, where I should have had it on NVIDIA Broadcast, where I actually have a noise gate and better filters on it. So if my volume, or at least if my voice sounds better, that's because of that. But you guys, if it's too loud, too quiet, please let me know. What's up, bastard? How are you doing? Good to see ya. And in Spear, I have so much fucking beer left over from that last stream. I might crack a brewski just for fun. I love Sapporo. Yo, Enlo, how are you doing? Yeah, we're gonna be cooking. We're definitely gonna be cooking. I have some stuff pulled up. Speaking of cooking, Carlos Valencia is in the fucking chat. Oh, I'm glad it sounds good. Hell yeah. Okay, let me pull some stuff up. First thing I just wanted to get out of the way is how much I love this picture of Yoshida. This has been living in my head rent-free ever since the new chapter. Also, what happened in the new chapter? Holy fucking shit, dude. Was that not, like, potentially one of the best chapters of Chainsaw Man Part 2 thus far? What's up, Otaro? How are you doing? It's Zizu. The king. Yeah, imagine saying cooking when nobody could have predicted the salad tossing line. Dude, that shit was fucking nuts. I like, literally, when I read that, I had to do, like, a double take. It seemed both super out of pocket and far out of, like, left field, but also totally in line with what I expect from Chainsaw Man. What a fantastic chapter. Also, fucking Naruto being arrested at school was really funny. Did you see that awful Asa figure going around on Twitter today? I did see that. Oh, God. That was fucking awful. Jesus. Doves, Secret Doves shared it on Twitter and was like, this is gross. And I was like, yes, it is. Oh, dude, Unaversed, I have done that a million times. I have accidentally gotten into water with my phone. It's a fucking miracle that this thing still functions. But I'm glad that yours is still functioning. I'm sorry that it was a stressful weekend. Gotta mow some grass later. Damn. Well, we'll make sure to get some cooking in before you have to mow the grass. That used to be my job, too, when I was with my family. Now I don't have a garden to have to mow, so... Because I live in an apartment. Which fucking sucks, actually, because if the power goes out in the building, then you're fucked. I almost had to make the stream at 9:30 because it's projected that my power would be back on at 9:30. But thankfully, we get to keep the original time of a nice, crisp 8 p.m. It did feel very... I agree with Zizu. That line felt like it was straight out of Fire Punch. Also, about the conversation we were having earlier... Not that I should be saying anything like this as a grown adult. I kind of get the vibe Yoshi does a bottom. I just kind of get it. I just kind of get that vibe. I'm just throwing that out there. I feel like it was a discussion earlier. I feel like it's okay to talk about that because we were discussing it, and it's for scientific research. I do think that's just my own opinion. But, you know, feel free to debate me on that. Maybe he's verse. I'm not willing to die on the bottom hill, but, you know, that's just my thoughts on that. Yeah, it does. It really doesn't look that different from the actual panel. The first thing I thought when I saw this panel, and I tweeted it out too because it was the first thing I thought was what he sees versus what she sees. And this is definitely what she sees. Oh shit, dude. Did you put your phone in rice? We might have multiple fake saws with the Chainsaw Man Society. Yeah, if maybe Fami creates fake sawmen by inserting her fucking earring ripcords into people. That could be a thing. Maybe she starves them and turns them into fake sawmen. Oh, it fixed stuff on its own? Fuck yeah. Let's see. Oh, this is just a subreddit. I thought this was funny. This is Makima picture. I pulled up. I have it somewhere. I have to find out where it is. I found the most hardcore Fami fan art I've ever seen in my entire life. Wait, let me see if I can find it. Not that. This. Dude, is this not like the hardest Fami artwork you've ever seen in your entire life? Who is this? I might follow the artist because this is the best Fami fan art I've ever seen. Yeah. I even saved it. Shit was so good. Let's see. Yeah, fake saw Power Ranger Squad. Sheesh. The mystery hand was the Justice Devil. I could see that. Maybe, like... Or maybe the Justice Devil has something to do with the fake Sawmen. Or something, too. But I could see that the hand from the last chapter being the Justice Devil. Do you think Yoda will finally punish Asa because she said Asa crossed the line? Yeah, I think if we get, like, an Asa-Yodu conversation next chapter, it's not going to be very pretty. Also, what's up, Cleverlang? How are you doing? You think top? I don't know. I don't know, because especially if it's with, like, Denji. If Denji's his partner, Denji wouldn't be a bottom. It feels weird to say that. Do not clip that. The official translation changed Chainsaw Man Society to Chainsaw Man Church yesterday? What the fuck? Oh, then we're getting into cult territory. Wait, let me look that up. Let me pull that up on my phone real quick. Changed it to Chainsaw Man Church? If that's the case, I kind of fuck with it because we're getting into kind of cult territory. Let me find it. Yeah, the Chainsaw Man Church for World Peace. It must have been. I didn't read this chapter in Japanese, but the word for church is kyokai. So it's probably like, yeah, that sounds very culty, actually, especially thinking if it's the word kyokai. Oh, I guess we're getting into cult territory for Chainsaw Man. Like, what's his name? Haruka Isaimi. Maybe he heads a Chainsaw Man related cult. Also, I'm gonna dismiss my pinned message from chat. A Fami-focused chapter would be fire, bastard. I totally agree. Okay, maybe like what Lloyd Rowe is saying, that maybe Yoda will just completely ignore Asa, give her the silent treatment. Which would make sense because Yoda's a literal fucking child that throws tantrums whenever she has the chance. Denji's a switch. Jeez. Not my Denji. Yeah, no, it's literally the cult of Agni all over again. Dear Lord. Oh man, I'm sorry about that. I hope the storm doesn't fuck you guys up too bad. Jesus. No worries if it does though, brother. Stay safe. I would say that maybe I don't think Fami was lying about War or Yoru being the most powerful weapon against the apocalypse. But I do think I think she could be lying about other things. It's just so hard to tell with Fujimoto's style. Yeah, we should change our kitchen into choir bleachers. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. I hate what Avatar Tester just said. I think Yoru is going to be gone for a while and then reappear at the worst possible moment. You know, like maybe Denji actually like admits that he loves her or something, or he says like, I'm in your care, or I belong to you. And then Yoru appears and says, Chainsaw Man, Chainsaw Heart, or Denji Chainsaw Heart, or something. Or Denji Spinal Cord Sword, or Denji D's Nuts. Oh yeah, I had this pulled up, by the way, because it just got announced that Buddy Stories is finally getting a English release translated by Viz. I have the Japanese version in my bookshelf over there. It's a fun little thing. I highly recommend picking that up when you get the chance. I guess there's a video. Whatever, don't have to watch that, though. Oh, I'm going to vote very good for the newest chapter because it was very, very good. I'm just checking out what people are saying. Last week, we actually got blessed by actually good responses in the discussion thread. Denji had about 1,000 better options and decided to offer rim jobs. The Fujimotor really ran wild this week. Yeah, manga never misses with the dialogue. The 12-page double spreads of Denji giving the best rim job of all time to Yoshida in the middle of the most important arc thus far was a brave choice. Bravo, Isayama. It's a good response, too. Yeah, Naruto getting swatted. That was hilarious. Oh, true. Wait, this actually... Okay, this guy brings up a really important point. The first time I saw Naruto being arrested, I thought, what are they going to do? LOL, guns won't work. And then I remembered Naruto didn't make a contract with the Japanese Prime Minister. There's someone else made a post. Not this. This. Why Naruto won't try to escape. I don't know if this is the same thing, but I kind of wanted to read it because if this doesn't answer the question, then I think Naruto probably can't escape because if she gets shot and killed... then it doesn't spread to the people of Japan. Like, she just probably dies. And also, maybe we overestimate her powers. But with how serious public safety or whoever the SWAT team seems to be taking her, I don't think there's a way for Naruto to safely escape here. She could easily control some soldiers, but as soon as she tries anything, she'll probably get attacked by snipers from like 5 different angles, or the building she's held in will get blown up. They know she's the control devil. They probably know exactly how her power works. They got a bunch of snipers set up against... falling really quickly. I doubt they would suddenly slack off against a devil they're very familiar with. Naruto probably does not have Makima's effective infinite regeneration. If she gets hits once, she's done for it. So even if she's taken a ton of precautions, one mistake and she's dead. Theoretically, there might be ways for her to get out, but realistically, her chances of a successful escape are very low. Even if she has a damage transfer contract with Denji, that won't help for long. They'll just keep shooting her until Denji runs out of blood and can't heal anymore. She's smart enough to know that, and her main goal seems to be keeping her and her family safe, so I don't think she will do it. Makes sense to me. I think that's pretty solid. Solid logic. And yeah, she's already captured. I think Kishibe might save Denji. Maybe he's been on the run from public safety after putting Naruto in Denji's care. Yeah, that could have been like a huge no-no for public safety, maybe. I heard a theory for why Fami wanted Haruka to get made fun of as a way to decrease people's fear of the apocalypse by turning it into a joke. That is kind of badass. That would be a very badass theory if it comes true. Think about it, Fami already knows that Yoru is the most weak she has ever been, but Fami is still trying to starve her and claiming that this weak Yoru is the most effective in stopping the King of Terror. If peak Yoru was defeated by Pochita, then how would a weak Yoru stop the King of Terror? There's probably like some secret ability that the War Devil has that we don't know about, much like Chainsaw Man's ability to erase concepts from existence by eating them, or eating the devil. Public safety using guns now after the Gun Devil defeat is a good bit of continuity. Yeah, that's true, right? Yeah, they want her alive. That is true. And she's also a glass cannon. Yes. That's a good point that Jay Enlow brought up. On that night, I'm curious if all the horsemen revive as kids or grow up, or do they revive looking as different ages? I don't know. Then that would imply that the War Devil and what's her name, and the Famine Devil probably died pretty recently. At least when compared to Makima, who is a grown woman, and Death, who could even be an old lady for all we know. Yoru apparently beat Pochita several times. She speaks like she killed him several times. I know that she said that she lost to him once. I don't know about their other fights. But wouldn't having the ability to erase something from existence be the best option in defeating the King of Terror? Maybe in this case, Fami knows of a power that Yoru has that could defeat the King of Terror. And then maybe Denji could eat him, or Chainsaw Man could eat the King of Terror after that. But maybe the most important thing to at least defeating the King of Terror is Yoru. Maybe. Yeah, it'd be cool to find out if there's like a host or something when it comes to Fami. Or Death being a 100-year-old granny would be hilarious. I agree with that. Yeah, he was very very quick to offer that rusty trombone. Not sure what he was thinking about that. Crackhead Theory, notice that the setting when Fami and Isaemi are talking, every seat had a mirror in front of them. This makes you think that the shadowy guy is fake Sawman and his true identity is the mirror/reflection devil. I don't know about that, but I'll upvote it anyway. I did think the mirrors were weird, though. They seemed like they were supposed to be there. Yeah, Falling Devil's abilities affecting the entire planet was fucking nuts. I didn't talk about it in my chapter review, but I watched Sufferance review, and maybe, I think DJ Miles might have talked about it as well. And I thought that potentially, maybe he said that in there too. What's up, Chisatori? How are you doing? You too, Tyler. How you doing, Tyler? And Cult? Noticing a lot of people. Haven't said hi to you yet. I don't want Yoshi to be bad. Hopefully he's in a fan club of Chainsaw Man. Yeah, I'd like him to be good. It's just he seems so shisty right now. What's up with the Freckles girl? Did we see her again? No, we have not seen her again. It would be funny if she was Death. I think that would be incredibly ironic. I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you. Gonna guess Denji has a lot of experience using the tongue on a lot of women. Yeah, maybe in his head or in his fantasies. Let's see. What else should I have pulled up for you? Oh yeah, I thought this was kind of funny. Denji can easily reach and pull cord with his mouth and escape from Yoshida's sex dungeon. Which, yeah, I saw this and I was like, that is true. Like, he's done way worse than that. He could probably just swing it up with his chest to his face and do the exact same thing. I didn't actually, like, think of this because of how he did this in Chapter 2 or 3 or whatever. It's Chapter 2. But, yeah, he's proven that he can do that, so I don't think this is a situation that he can't necessarily get out of himself. Yoshida's sex dungeon, yeah, I thought that was funny. Yeah, he said it, though. That's why I want to be Chainsaw Man. I want to have tons of sex. Yeah, maybe he's in the right place. Oh, yeah, and also because, you know, he has Nayuta and the dogs as hostage. FN Doomer, how you doing, bro? I don't think Yoshida's bad. He's just a government stooge. I think he might have been trained to be the perfect devil hunter. I could see that. Maybe he was like, from birth, he was taken away from his family and trained to be an ultimate badass or something. I think next chapter would be the perfect time for Kishibe to return, if he does. Yeah, no, there's no mention of Meowie. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up, right? And no one said anything about that until now. Let's see. What's what I got here? Oh, I thought this was kind of funny. Is Fujimoto foreshadowing it? The foreskin devil strikes again. Not, Asa doesn't like theft, steals with Denji. She doesn't like fish, eats fish with Denji. Doesn't like sex? Question mark. Thought it was a weird post, but kind of funny. Knowing Fuji, it would be the most weirdest sex scene in manga history. Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled the chapter 125 at some point. Just a 25-page graphic sex scene, like Sui Ishida in Tokyo Ghoul. Honestly thought Yoshida was Kishibe's child with some random woman since he loved women. Yeah, that could be true. I bet Kishibe has plenty of illegitimate children. I hope we never get answers about Yoshida. He will stay a perpetual mystery just to mess with us and then die unceremoniously. That would be very Fujimoto style. To, like, make us think that there's a lot more of, like, a big deal when it comes to Yoshida for him to just be fucking, like, nothing and nobody. We saw Meowie in the apartment, like, a few 10 or so chapters ago, but I didn't see her in the new chapter. Maybe she was. I don't know. I didn't look closely enough. Oh, yeah, no. Kishibe did say he has feelings for his toys. Cult's kind of spitting facts like that right now. Let's see. I pulled up a lot of shit. Yeah, Chainsaw Man fans on their way to call every single character the Death Devil. I am a huge perpetrator of this. Anytime, I think in the last chapter I even said, is it the Death Devil? I totally did say that. Every time there's a fucking, new character introduced, we're all just fucking on the lookout for the Death Devil. We're on Death Devil watch. Yeah, it's just like the conversation with the new hand and Haruka Isayumi. And just like going through the history of, oh, it's the Death Devil. Like people all thought, Kobeni was the Death Devil, Fami was the Death Devil. I thought Fami was the Death Devil at first. Yoshida. The woman in the apartment that was used in the, DJ Miles thumbnail, and Falling Devil. Yeah, everyone's I'm a huge perpetrator of saying that everything's the Death Devil. I'm just trying to cook, man. Just let me cook. That's why. But you know what? If you throw enough shit at the wall, something's bound to stick. So every time there's a new character, I will continue to call them the Death Devil until I'm right. Then I can make a video saying, guys, I was right. And then farm that sweet YouTube likes. I could see Yoshida and Kishibe having a bit of a familiar look, like familiar genes or something. I can see that. The Death Devil meme is definitely being done on purpose by Fujimoto. He knows his fan base better than most. Yeah, I think he's definitely in tune with the fans. I personally, I don't know how good his English is. I think it is pretty poor, if I remember correctly. But I think he is like perusing Chainsaw Man Twitter and English Chainsaw Man Twitter, because I know that Japan's not quite as theory heavy as we are. If the big twist be Asa's the Death Devil, that'd be hilarious. Where she's the devil the whole time and Yoru doesn't know that, and Yoru's the actual main character. If he does make it underwhelming, that'd be hilarious. That would be even worse. Or even funnier, though, what Lataro said. Imagine the manga ends abruptly and turns out the Death Devil never appears. Like I said, though, throw shit at the wall enough that something is bound to stick. Yeah, that's pretty funny. That do be how it feels in the community. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, we just like, we like to be in the kitchen. What can I say? I don't know, this is a small discussion thing. If Denji ever had children, there's a good chance they would inherit the heart condition he had in chapter 1, where he says, my mom, they said she had a heart condition, that she died coughing up blood. We only ever saw that in chapter 1 and it never came back. I honestly never think about it unless I go back and reread it. Maybe it's just a little flavor thing to show how shitty Denji's life is. But, I don't know if he's gonna have kids. You think Denji's gonna have kids? Maybe, do you think his fucked up chainsaw sperm can produce viable offspring? Yeah, but it would probably only become a problem without proper treatment, and since Denji's family was extremely poor, given that they were drowning in debt, they couldn't afford it. It is entirely possible his mother's death was entirely preventable. In fact, it becomes even more tragic if it were. That deserves an upvote. Yeah, Pochita might have healed it. It seems like it's probably like a genetic thing, though. That, like, you probably can't heal genes like that. Do you think Denji will get released? I think they're probably going to have to, like, force some kind of ultimatum on him. Where they're like, now you have to work for us and your family stays safe or something. I could see, like, an ultimatum forced on him. Like, you can continue to live your life, but you're going to live your life under our every direction and under our every surveillance. And anytime you go out to save anyone, it's going to be under our watch. I could see that. I could see an ultimatum being made with him where he's threatened to do what they say. What if Denji loses his immortality but is going to die from the heart disease and live his last days happy now that he finally gets to decide to? I would not like that. That would feel bad. That would hurt me on the inside. I would take super effective damage to that. At least that's my prediction for tomorrow. What I think is going to happen. I think he's going to be threatened and forced into some kind of agreement with Yoshida. Or not, because Fujimoto always likes to throw us a fucking curveball whenever we think we're onto something. Oh yeah, Chainsaw. Okay, this is actually a really funny thread. I read through a little bit of it, but I thought it was fun to see all the background characters and what this one guy on Reddit thinks of them. I thought it's a fun thread, so I'll show it to you guys. Chainsaw Man has the best background characters. They are such a cute couple, literally the only healthy relationship in Chainsaw Man so far. My man was devastated after Bucky's death. His face is still full of disbelief. She looks so tired, and yet she's doing her job and doing it flawlessly. She got Yuko, Yoshida, and Asa on the same team. Literally, if it weren't for her, we wouldn't have had the Justice Devil arc. Top tier character. I love how from his perspective, Asa is just talking alone on a bench like she's crazy. This dude looks a bit like Kishibe. He has that defined cheekbone riz. I see it. I feel for her because she's had to handle both Denji and Fami's big-ass orders. She's doing a great job, I agree, as a food service worker. His costume goes incredibly hard. It's loyal to Denji's Chainsaw Man form, and it also looks cute. It takes a lot of confidence to stand shirtless on the street. It's evident that he takes his business seriously. I'd buy anything from him, 10 out of 10 dedication. Oh yeah, I honestly felt so bad for these two Fly High Devil Hunter heroes. Yeah, they were just doing their best. You all know I had to include this fella. I was unsure whether or not to place him on this post because he isn't a background character. He's just the literal protagonist. Oh, talking about Denji and the penguin. That's funny, yeah. The T-posing ceiling apple lady is one of the best. She gave the Falling Devil great customer service. She honestly deserved to live. Good for Falling Devil for having spared her life. I agree. Falling Devil was like a very nuanced character, I feel like. Oh, this is super funny. The one and only Wednesday Addams Devil. Seriously, it was so hilarious how disappointed some people were that she didn't end up being the Death Devil. When Falling appeared, everyone's first reaction was like, Falling Devil? Well, that's a downer. Until she proved herself to be iconic. Anyways, great background character. She had us good. Yeah, she's probably just fucking dead now. So many tiny people. Yeah, that is true. Lots of tiny people. She is literally my favorite so far. I really hope she survived the Falling Devil attack because she looks so sweet. Deducing by her uniform, she works at an office or something similar. I just know she's a hardworking and kind employee who tries her best every time. I don't know what it is about her, but she's great. She didn't fall upwards, so we can safely say she doesn't have heavy traumas, I think. So that's good. Her heart is full of nothing but goodwill. I may or may not be stretching it, but let me be me, okay? Chainsaw Man has the best background characters. Yeah, little cute Chainsaw Man plushie. I just thought this was a fun thread. I didn't read all of these, but I read some of them because I thought it was funny. This dude and the mischievous looking girl behind him. Oh yeah, look at that. You see that shit right there? It's like a fucking jump scare. Let's see what you guys are saying. Oh, chainsaw sperm. Yeah, sorry about that. It would be so cool if Denji escaped, went into hiding, and became the villain. I don't think he's got, like, a villain's heart. I think, like, he might not be good 100%, but he's, like, he's not like a bad guy. I don't think he would be able to live with himself if he let too many innocent people die. He said that himself. He wouldn't be able to sleep at night if he let too many innocent people die. Bold of you to assume we won't just have a time skip again and Denji is already Yoshida's faithful lapdog while Nayuta plays with one of those doctor waiting room playsets in confinement. Chainsaw Man, yeah, there's not many time skips in Chainsaw Man, are there? Except for like the ending of part 1 where it skips like 3 days in the last 3 chapters when it was the fight between Denji and Makima. I do wish, I think there could have been 10 more chapters in part 1. When I like, maybe I'm in the minority here, and I've talked about my initial disappointment with the ending of part 1 when it first came out. I've talked about it before, but I think my biggest spot of disappointment was Denji being in the room with Kishibe and Kobeni and being like, I want tons of sex. And then Kishibe's like, okay, so you're going to have this final battle with Makima and you're going to have to prepare. And then we got the notification that there's only 3 more chapters left in part 1. Or at the time, 3 more chapters left in Chainsaw Man in general. And I was like, okay, what the fuck? Like, we haven't even had the fight yet. And it skipped all preparation for the fight, just to get to the fight. I'm glad there's a part 2, but I will say I do wish Chainsaw Man part 1 was like 5 to 10 chapters longer, because I wish there was like some kind of preparation, some kind of like power memorial chapter where he thinks about her, or so, I don't know. Part 1 was fire. I just think the way the last 3 chapters played out, I wish there was more. I thought it was rushed at the end. I've said it before, you know, but yeah. That's just my thoughts on that. Yeah, the story, I agree, Lloyd Rowe. Story has so much potential. Yeah, it just needs 3 more chapters for the cheeky 100. Yeah, dude, I agree. There's like unspoken time skips in part 1. Oh, yeah, I guess between like arcs and stuff. Also, am I peaking my mic at all? Let me know if I'm getting too loud at any point. I could turn myself down a little bit. It looks like I was just looking at my levels and I was hitting red a lot. Maybe their plan is to drive a wedge between Nayuta and Denji by telling Nayuta about Makima and what she did to Denji to make her feel guilty. I could see that making Nayuta a more loving and understanding little sister figure, though. But that'd be cool. I like that idea. Mic is good. I'm not peaking it. It's not getting like crazy loud at any points or having any like distortion from being too loud. Finish my brewski. Let's see. I have more stuff I have pulled up. Oh yeah, when the group chat gets leaked, I thought this was funny. I was gonna make like some kind of joke about like when the live stream leaks, but you know, I leave the live streams up so anyone can see how massive of fucking degenerates we are. So. Oh, okay, this is really cool too. Here are some characters that were probably inspired by Guillermo del Toro's creature design, specifically Hellboy creatures. This is just from the end of part 1 when Chainsaw Man originally goes to hell. I did notice that there was a lot very similar to some Hellboy designs. So there's Abraham Sapien from Hellboy. Angel of Death, which this is the one I recognized because this one always creeped me the fuck out. The Angel of Death from Hellboy 2. A very, very cool design, but it looked very similar to me. Let's see. Kroinen from Hellboy. I did not know this, but I do see it. Is this the guy that's like made of gas or something? Kind of looks like a Nazi. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is a Nazi, actually, the closer I look at that. Yes, I see the SS right there. He is a Nazi. Okay, Jesus. Samael from Hellboy. This one's probably a reach, but considering the other 2 besides the devil were most likely Hellboy creature references, I'm guessing this is also inspired by Samael from Hellboy. Plus the 4 eyes, snout, and it's great creature design. Fantastic creature design. Although I don't think the Future Devil was inspired by the Fawn from Pan's Labyrinth, their designs kind of give me the same vibe, IMO, the tree-like body, and the shape of the legs, so I'll just put this here as an honorable mention. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. Angel of Death looks a lot like En's mushroom demons from Dorohedoro. Ooh, you're spitting facts there, Carlos. You think we're going to get the Death Devil in the next 10 chapters? It's impossible to tell. It'd be cool if we do, but I don't know if it seems like Fujimoto wants to take his time with the Death Devil. How cool would it be if the Hell Devil's design was Hellboy? Yeah, if Fujimoto brings back the Hell Devil, he just looks like Hellboy, that'd be sick. Or if there's like a Hell Fiend and it looks like Hellboy, I think that'd be epic. Oh, this is the cool fan art. I'm gonna follow that artist on Twitter. Oh, they're also right here. Euloleth. I'll follow them later. Such cool fucking fan art, dude. Imagine a chapter of Denji talking, or taking Naruto to Aki and Power's grave, similar to what Aki did in part 1, with Denji and Power. I could 100% see Fujimoto doing this, and if he does, I will fucking jump out a window. Figuratively jump out a window. And literally, because that would fucking kill me. Oh, God. Any posts by you/professional help on the Chainsaw Man subreddit is fire. Oh, is that the... I'm gonna out myself. Those are the cosplayers, right? The professional help. That's the one I think I saw recently. The rave Quan Chi harem. That's professional help, right? You know what? I usually don't pull up cosplays to look at on here because I don't want to seem like I'm completely like down tremendous for like sexy cosplays or anything like that. But they do look good. But it's hard to like defend yourself when you're just showing sexy cosplays on stream and be like, I swear to God, I'm not down bad. Which is, I'm not down bad. It's just, you know, I don't know. I don't want to give off that image more so than I already do. Oh yeah, the Gustavo Fring Makima. Yeah, she's awesome, dude. She did a fantastic job with all of her cosplays. I do want to see the hybrids, dude. Let's see. I pulled up this theory. Yoru is weak not because there's true peace, but because all conflict is hidden. I'm sure it would be a kind of war. Devils get their powers from their concepts existing, but from not from their concepts existing, but from people fearing them. So Yoru gets her power from people fearing wars, not wars actually happening. This is an important nuance. The fact that Yoru is so weak means that not only are wars rare, it means people view the world as politically stable enough to not fear war breaking out. There has to be a global idea of political stability. But this political stability is only a facade. In the Gun Devil arc, Makima reveals that the Gun Devil functions as a potential weapon for several countries, where these countries illegally manufacture firearms and smuggle them around to increase the fear of guns, like a Cold War arms race between powerful nations. Makima even calls their operation to kill the Gun Devil a war directly. There actually is a very real threat of war around, and now that the US lost their Gun Devil peace, the power balance must have abruptly shifted, making international relations even more unstable. The reason why all this clear political turmoil and risk of war doesn't power Yoru is because all this conflict is hidden from the public. Nobody but the highest officials and Devil Hunters even know the Gun Devil has been captured. All gun violence gets blamed on the Gun Devil, not on actual human actors at play. So violence makes people mainly fear guns and devils, not conflict or war. So people don't fear war despite there being a very real risk of one breaking out. If any of this ever leaks out to the public, the War Devil could get a pretty sizable boost very quickly. Probably not enough to stop the prophecy like Fami said she could do, but definitely enough to make her a very serious threat, and maybe even satiate her desire to not be forgotten. As a bonus, this should also play into the themes of media manipulation and how it affects devils laid out in Part 1. Fujimoto was already planning Part 2 out long before Part 1 ended, so there's a very real possibility that Makima mentioned this is an intentional setup and foreshadowing. I have no clue what you're talking about, Zizu. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. That sounds like Cap to me. Sounds like Cap. I have no clue what you're talking about. They're totally not right next to me right now. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. You couldn't torture that out of me. That is true. I agree with that. Being down bad for fictional characters ain't the same as being down bad for real people dressed as fictional characters. There's nothing wrong with being down bad for real people dressed as fictional characters. But That's not necessarily like the image I want to put off on my stream. Especially when I feel like a lot of new people are brought in by the Chainsaw Man content and streams. That said, I'm definitely a down bad for cartoons kind of guy. I have my fucking Makima and Reize mouse pad right here. I have another Power mouse pad as well. Right here. So I'm definitely not a not down bad person. At least for cartoons. Let's see. Fucking hell. I think that was the last, technically the last Reddit thing I had pulled up. I'm going to save the Future Devil thing for the end of the stream, because I still have some more things I wanted to look at with you guys. I hope we get a new crossbow hybrid design, because I didn't like the first one, but also know that if it changes, then it would be very hard to top Katana Man's first design. I liked the crossbow's first design. I just thought that the difference between Katana Man's Samurai Sword's design and crossbow's design was that Samurai Sword was always depicted wearing like a sick fit with like his fucking coat and hat and shit, whereas the first time we saw Crossbow, she was completely naked, and the second time she was just wearing the plain old public safety uniform. So I feel like if we got to see like Crossbow in like an actual Quan Chi fit, I feel like it'd be pretty fire. Do you think we'll see new hybrids, and what kind of hybrid would you want it to be? It would be cool. I always thought that a cool plot point would be like if there's like some like plot to make a hybrid out of a primal fear. Like if someone has like a plan to somehow trick the Death Devil, not Death Devil, the Darkness Devil or something into becoming a hybrid. I thought that'd be kind of cool. Or a hybrid or a fiend or something, like if someone is able to find a way to merge with a primal fear devil, I thought that'd be kind of cool. Not that I have, like, I think that's a theory, I just thought it'd be a cool idea. I do hope there's new hybrids. That'd be fucking sick. Yeah, okay, so I've shown you all, like, the theory stuff I wanted to look at, so there's another thing I quickly wanted to take a look at. Which is, there was a new Sufferance video that dropped recently. And I kind of wanted to look at it with you guys. Let me see. Just trying to format the screen. It's why Denji compared to Asa is close. I wasn't sure what this video was all about, but I thought because it's a new Sufferance video, Sufferance is always cooking, and I know that we like to look at theory videos and shit. It would be kind of fun to watch with all of us together here like this. Oh, Gisatori, you already watched it? Hell yeah. I haven't seen it yet, so I thought it'd be fun if I reacted to it with you guys. So, actually, okay. Real quick, I'm going to grab another brewski. I'm going to grab another Sapporo. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second, gamers. Oh, make the face cam larger. You're right, for transformative content. Dude, Carlos Valencia helping me out as always. I'll be right back, though. Enjoy chair cam while I grab another brewski. Alrighty, I'm back. Sapporo beer is the greatest beer known to man. I know I'm kind of rocking the grandpa fit right now. Tucking my shirt into sweatpants is kind of sacrilege. So I'll fix that right now. Because I don't want to rock the fucking grandpa look. Yeah, the pink chair is back. The pink chair is real. Oh, yeah, I have my Pokemon collection back there, Gisatori. I have a Mimikyu, a Rowlet, a Salamence, a Minun, Torchic, Altaria, Milotic, and a Pikachu and a Kimono, as far as my plushies go. I wonder if I ever did a video going through my shit. If not, I could do one. Yeah, the cramp fit looked fire. Oh, maybe I'll put the cramp fit back then, at some point. 14 viewers and 10 likes. Yeah, holy shit, where are the likes at? Hey, if no one got me, I know Universe got me. All right. Speaking of cooking, the team of voice actors that did Chainsaw Man in 15 minutes was in JJK Abridged coming out. Oh, fuck yeah. All right. Cracking a beer, and we're going to check out this Sufferance video.
This is gonna be rather interesting. Over the past couple of weeks, I've really enjoyed a lot of the videos that Broken Ronin has been doing when it comes to this character versus that character isn't close. You've probably seen the titles, you've probably watched some of the videos. It's become very popular. Now, I've seen him do it first, so I always appreciate a good title and a good format for videos. However, I'm not a death battle person. I enjoy watching them, but I can't speak on them. Instead, I thought I would kind of change up the internals of the idea and do character comparisons, which is something that has always lingered in the back of my mind, but now seems...
So this isn't like a theory video or anything, right? Is this like him seeing or saying like which one he likes more? Oh, also we could totally if we could look at the JJK Zero Abridged is coming up. It hasn't come out yet. I haven't seen any of the JJK Abridged. I'd be down to watch it at some point. Oh, it's which one's more attractive? Sufferance, what the fuck,
time
dude?
with the popularity of pitting two characters together. So my appreciations to Ronin. Please go watch his videos, they're very good. I figured the best place to start would be starting with Denji and Asa, two very different characters that, funny enough, share a lot of similarities, but how they uphold themselves, how they navigate throughout the story, and their overall impact is vastly different. I have 3 categories. Each are going to be graded individually and then combined to give a final score for that character. So you'll have to wait and see who comes out on top. But you can also play along as well and grade alongside me. These are
I'm game. We're gonna play along. We're gonna play alongside Sufferance. So we're gonna give our own scores to the characters.
3 categories: physical traits, behavioral traits, and dialogue. Physical traits are quite literally that, the physical appearance of a character. This is very important. Their hair color, do they change clothes constantly? Are they super buff? What gender are they? There's something very powerful about a first impression. The second, behavioral traits, quite literally habits and decision making.
Denji gets a fucking 10 on behavior traits. That's not it. Maybe he's nuanced, which makes it makes me want to rate him higher, but I can't overrate. I'm a serial overrater. Personality, but we'll get there when we get there.
Of that character within the world, their quirks, behavior, and attitude within the narrative that tells a lot about who they are internally. And lastly, dialogue. This is not only about what a character says, but also how they say it. What word choice do they use? Does their wording reflect their character? Are they outspoken? Are they rather shy? Are they educated? Etc. Everything will be labeled so you don't get lost, but let's start off with Denji and his physical traits. When you look at this boy, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Nothing all too crazy, right? He's wearing like a long sleeve top.
I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, Chiefs. As far as physical design for Denji, my own personal opinion, Denji alone, not Chainsaw Man. I like Denji, and I've come to like him, but my first impression of Denji's physical design was somewhat underwhelming. And because of that, I don't want to just say that he has great character design. I think he's a solid... Denji himself is a solid 6 out of 10 design-wise. You know, I think he looked... There, I will say, being a blonde shonen protagonist is different. That is something that sets him apart from other shonen protagonist designs. And because of that, he gets, like, he's above average. And I don't want to give him less than 5. But, you know, like, he has, like, the shark teeth, you know. We've seen Shinra from Fire Force. Also, what's up, Sleepy? How are you doing? I never understood how he had sharp teeth even before becoming a hybrid. Okay, the sharp teeth thing, I actually think, is stylistic in a way. I think it's supposed to represent something that does exist, which is fucked up teeth. I always said that if I were to be animated in an anime, I would probably have shark teeth. Not my teeth are all that fucked up, but my some of my teeth on my bottom jaw are like crooked inwards. So where they're supposed to be straight, they look very like spiky. So like I have those teeth, my canine teeth, and then like all my sharp ass teeth from like years of chewing ice behind it, because I'm a serial ice chewer. I know that's fucking obnoxious, but I am. So I have like fucking super sharp teeth. So I always thought that if I were to be drawn as an anime character, I would probably have the shark teeth too. Yeah, British teeth. I know plenty of British people that have very, very nice teeth, but I do know the memes. Yeah, fellow ice enjoyer, absolutely. I am a serial ice chewer. I know that everyone around me hates it, and I don't want to do it, but when I finish my drink and I have nothing else left, I want to get the most liquid I can get as possible, so I chew the ice.
With some dress pants. His hair is probably the most telling thing.
Six is my answer. 6.
Being that it's blonde, which normally within Japan is someone that is either foreign or a delinquent. But off first glance, there's nothing all too telling. Until you start to see him move within the story, how he upholds himself and the type of body language that he brings across, he ends up creating a very powerful draw. What I mean by this is that he grabs a lot of your attention because he's very animated. When it comes to his facial expressions, these sharp razor teeth that he has, how he reacts.
He does have good facial expressions, I guess. But would we put that under behavior or design? I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna let fucking Sufferance cook, but
next to other characters, you can basically read his body language where he sits kind of mental.
Dude, Crispy Ice. I'm so glad you said, dude. Crispy Ice is the fucking best, dude. Hell yeah.
Or emotionally within situations just by how he's holding himself up.
Raising Cane's has the best Crispy Ice.
When he's down or in the dumps, he hunches his shoulders over. He might be a little bit nervous.
All right, okay. If we're counting posture, facial expressions, and stuff like that, Denji goes up to 7, maybe even 8. Cubed ice or crushed ice, it depends on the day. I'd say crushed. Have a good one, JN, though. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Have fun. Is it the grass? Are you cutting the grass, or did someone else say that? Either way. Oh, you have to cut. That I thought cut as in leave. I'm fucking stupid. Ignore me. Have a wonderful time, though. Enjoy. I hope it's not too bad. 7.5, Chisatori? I would say, yeah, 7 or 8. Maybe 7.5 is the perfect score for that. I'm going to say 7. I'm going to say 7.
But in comparison, watching him go into his Chainsaw Man form, he's super open. He's bombastic and crazy and filled with so much life, almost like his body is just liquid. He's loose and having fun.
This
approach is wonderful within Chainsaw Man. It does a lot to give you a better understanding of Denji's character, how he reacts within the moments and within situations that may be even more intimate, just based on his genuine reactions. He's very animated in that regard. So you don't even have
Mexican shaved ice is fire, Carlos Valencia. I 100% agree.
To have much dialogue because the physical artistry tells it for you.
Nine
Where this really gets
Easy
challenged is facial expressions, something that Fujimoto is very much known for. Some of the most detailed points of interest that you'll be focusing on within Chainsaw Man's narrative is people's faces, specifically Denji's. You will get everything that you need. If Denji was a muted character, you would still have enough substance to understand what he's going through, especially within those dark and depressing moments when death is accompanied with it. You see that within his eyes, within his betrayal, the shock.
How does Sufferance talk like this? Not the accent, I understand he's Australian, but like, how is he able to like talk so eloquently and present information so beautifully? Where, like, I cannot get a point across without saying the word, like, dick or titty, like, 7 trillion times. I don't know.
The fear, the nervousness that comes with it. There are many scenes littered throughout the whole story that perfectly describe this. For me, Denji's physical traits, their impact and their influence easily sits 10 out of 10. When it comes to Asa and her physical traits, they're a little bit different. We haven't spent a lot of time with Asa, but still a lot of that Fujimoto flair has come over with her. She's a lot more closed off, a lot more withdrawn, and you can see a lot of these slow and methodical decisions that she makes just by utilizing the artistry surrounding her body. She may roll her shoulders more, she may look down, she may cross her arms. There's so many little bits and pieces that build up Asa and showing.
Design-wise, before part 2 started, when we first got the leaked images of her, I would have given her like a 4 or a 5 out of 10. She looked so plain at first. But then, just in chapter 98 alone, just the first chapter with Asa as the main character, she skyrocketed. I would say, like, I agree with everything he's saying. She is the queen of body language and emotional expression. Like, she cannot fucking hide her emotions for shit, which is great. It just makes great design. Asa, design-wise, even though like you'd think she's supposed to look so plain, like 7 at the least, but like I want to say 8, even. If we include Yoru's like scars and shit, and like her crazy wild ass look, it could even be an 8. You just read too much on every subject and you'll sound like him. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I like Sufferance content. I like to watch Sufferance content. I don't think I'd want to make Sufferance content, you know? Like, he goes hard, and I fucking respect that. I respect the shit out of that. He's awesome. He rocks. That said, for me, like I kind of like the unserious vibes. Ja feel? Wait, who brought up Rent a Girlfriend? Did he do it? Oh, no, Carlos did it. Severance can make a video essay on Rent a Girlfriend and make it sound like it's well written. Oh, dude. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about Rent a Girlfriend. Zizu, and we blame Zizu and Carlos. It's their fault that I'm talking about Rent a Girlfriend right now. I just filmed the video the other day, and I'm very, very excited for it to come out. And there was a moment where I used I used Rent a Girlfriend. And like I used essentially a high quality written review of Rent a Girlfriend in the video. So that is something that's going to be coming out soon, and I'm having someone else who's really, really good at editing videos. I'm going to have him edit it. So I'm really, really excited for that video. Yeah, days without mentioning Rent a Girlfriend, 0. I'm very excited for that though. I also love how shitty Fujimoto draws, or like how like he draws peoples by just like scribbling. It's not shitty. I think it looks cool. It's very stylistic and charming.
How nervous or anxiety ridden she truly
had such a good run.
You could argue that this is more difficult to pull
off.
Zizi,
I'm blaming you. I'm blaming you and Carlos Valencia.
The amount of depth behind being nervous. There's a lot more ways to play upon it, but it's smaller. It's more incremental. It's valuable, but difficult to put finesse within. Now, Asa doesn't really change clothes either. Pretty much a school uniform and the occasional outing outfit. Nothing all too telling for what their personality represents. But when it does come to those facial expressions, you get a beautiful amount of it. Arguably even more complex than what Denji originally got, which is a hard sell to agree with, I admit, but
that's not a hard sell. I agree with that completely. I think, and it's also because Fujimoto's skill as a mangaka increased vastly between Chainsaw Man Part 1, since the beginning of Chainsaw Man Part 1 into Part 2. Starting at Part 2, Fujimoto was a completely different mangaka. He already had Look Back. He had the end of Chainsaw Man Part 1, Look Back, and Goodbye Eri, all behind him by that point. I'm not surprised in the slightest. I completely agree.
Go back and read Part 2. Go look at Asa. Go look at how she reacts to every situation she's in, and you perfectly understand what's going through her head. I would say for me personally, for Denji, it's a little bit more difficult to truly understand because he as a character doesn't really understand. But the only reason we know that is because we spent a lot of time with him. Is part of the charm
Asa
of Denji as wears a lot of herself on her sleeve that unfortunately bites her back. For me, in Asa's physical traits, I would easily give her a 9 out of 10. So far, we have Denji at a 10 out of 10, and Asa a 9 out of 10.
Okay. That's awesome. If we're really upping the scale, I love Sufferance. He's great. Is this not a bit of an overrate? Like, okay, if we're gonna, and I get it, I love Chainsaw Man, and I would give Chainsaw Man high scores every time. You know how I do the chapter GPA on my community page? I would give it a 4 every time. I'd give it the highest score possible. I love Chainsaw Man. I'm a Chainsaw Man lover. But I will say, if the scale is like the best looking Chainsaw Man characters is the top of the scale, or just anime characters or manga characters in general, like the top of the scale is like a really well designed character, and then the bottom of the scale is Kazuya from Rent a Girlfriend or something. Like, I don't know, 10 and 9. That's nuts. But you know what? I'm gonna let him cook. I will say, I give Asa an 8, and I give Denji non-chainsaw form 7, but Denji chainsaw form 9. But those are high scores. Listen, like I love Sufferance. I'm a huge Sufferance fan, dude. Like I've been a dick rider for a long time. Since I started making videos about Chainsaw Man, I've been watching Sufferance. Minutes without mentioning Rent a Girlfriend 0. Yeah. But I don't know. This is some high rates. Brother.
Out of 10, rather close. Moving on to behavioral traits. Again, habits, decision making, the choices that they go through that impacts the narrative. Denji here is rather chaotic. It does great to show what type of character he is, but there's no real streamlined understanding. You never really feel comfortable with what Denji is going to do narratively, because
that is true.
I don't
but
think
that's
he
part of the
knows
charm.
what he's going to do. Now, while that may seem like it's framed as a negative, I would say it does a lot to really build up his own personality. He's so chaotic and all over the place that you really just can't put your thumb on what he's going to do next. And he always has a way of surprising you with his decisions, how he thinks about things, how he decides to act on different scenarios. Sometimes he's super crazy.
I love how Denji was the perfect protagonist for part 1, and the vibes between part 1 and part 2 are so fucking different now that Denji's role in part 1 was perfect for what it is. And the type of character that he was in part 1 lent itself perfectly to the story. And he also lends himself even better, in my opinion, to part 2. He was a fantastic main character, but he's a perfect supporting character. It's kind of like how it reminds me of Saul Goodman in Breaking Bad. He's great. He's amazing. He's phenomenal in Better Call Saul. But he's perfect. He's just perfect as the supporting character in Breaking Bad as well. And every time you see him, you know it's going to be a good episode. Just like Denji. Every time you see Denji in a chapter, you know it's going to be a fantastic chapter. Isn't that crazy? How Denji, I would actually say Denji in part 1, personality-wise or behavioral traits, I would give him maybe a 7 or an 8. Part 2, 9 or 10. Easy 9 or 10 part 2. So if we're going by part 2 standards, I think we should 10 for Denji.
Crazy and out there. Other times he's a little bit more quiet
I would give
and reserved,
Asa a very high
both
score too, though.
are shocking, depending on the context of the situation. I would say the backbone or the strength of Denji's personality relies in the habits of others, meaning that he tends to take on a lot of manipulative sources, so Makima, Power, Aki, etc. There's a lot of people within his life that don't mean to manipulate him, but have such an overwhelming presence that he has never had before. So he does everything within his power to keep it, and he is one that is driven by simple goals. He knows exactly what he wants, and he'll do anything to get it. But even when he gets it, it's never really enough, or it changes, or it evolves into something else entirely.
Denji's real as fuck for that. I feel like Asa's very realistic. So actually, Asa's probably one of the most realistic characters, or realistically depicted characters in a manga, as like just a high school girl. Because like for the most part, she's like a normal high school girl, but she also has so much trauma, depression, and just an awful life following her. Parents killed in a terrible accident, or terrible incident, not just an accident. But she still reacts to everything like she wants to be normal, even though she's been thrown into this abnormal and supernatural life. But she just wants to be a normal high school girl, and she has all these expectations of other people, holds people to this high degree where maybe she herself doesn't really live up to it. It's very childish and immature, but very realistically written. Yeah, there aren't very many side characters in part 2. I will agree with that. Yeah, Asa's so real, it's scary. Denji's the most damn pro. That's crazy energy for a manga protagonist. Yeah.
So it just kind of loops back into this idea of other people imposing onto him what they think might be better for him, such as Makima, who is very much manipulative on purpose, and you get a character that is struggling to detour further than what they're intended to. To me, this is brilliant. It sparks that fire for Denji's personality and melds perfectly with his physical traits, his facial expressions, how he walks and upholds himself throughout the
fuck does Sufferance get his B-roll from? I have like a few like little B-roll files. I have some places I get my B-roll from. A lot of the times I just rip it from YouTube. And I use these like virus-filled websites to download videos off of YouTube and use that as B-roll. But his B-roll is fantastic. I know a few places. I have one written down. I think I pulled it up even. Epidemic Sound for sound design. And then I have one saved to my taskbar somewhere. Dude, like his B-roll is fantastic. Also got like a shit ton of notifications. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. There are websites like professional B-rolls you can use. Usually need a membership for those. Yeah, that's the problem. And these memberships cost like a shit ton of money. I have one website that I have a industry professional friend that every now and then I go to him for advice. And he has a website that he uses a lot. He actually is part of a company. Let me find if I find the name. I'm not sure if I should say it actually because I think he didn't want me to talk too much about it. I'll say it anyway because there's only a few of us here. Not many people are going to see this anyway. Storyblocks is a very, very good way to get B-roll footage, but I can't use it because I don't have I don't have a subscription to it. Also, he uses Procreate for his thumbnails because I just know Procreate is fire. I use I make half of my thumbnails now. I used to make all of them. I only make half of them now, but I use Affinity Design and Affinity Photo, which are one-time payments for very great software. I like them a lot. You can do a lot with them. You can do anything that like Photoshop can do. But Affinity Design and Affinity Photo are very, very good. I used to use Canva because it was free and easy. But I work with. Do you guys know? What's his name? Let me pull it up. It's not that I would ever forget his name. He's a great guy. But he has a thumbnail company. But he's working on a Tatsuki Fujimoto documentary right now. I don't know if you guys seen me retweet anything about it on Twitter. But, am I stupid? What's going on? Oh, The Nomad. The Nomad, he's working on this awesome Tatsuki Fujimoto documentary on YouTube right now. And he has a channel that has over, like, 1,000 or something subscribers. But he privated every single one of his videos in anticipation to drop the Tatsuki Fujimoto documentary. But I've looked at it. I think iPatchWolf is on it as well. I've seen a lot of people have stuff to do with it, and it looks fire. But Nomad is working on some of my thumbnails because he's just the GOAT. So that's why my thumbnails have changed for the chapter reviews. It's because I fucked my channel and I wanted better thumbnails. So I started working with him, and he has yet to disappoint. He's made amazing thumbnails.
World. Growth is easily the biggest part of this as well. Just think about chapter 1 and think about the end of the story of part 1 and how far he has truly come. The choices he has made, the decisions, the mental gymnastics, everything that he has experienced and how he's reacted to it has changed him as a person. I hate to do it, but for me personally, it's going to be another 10 out of 10 for Denji's behavioral traits.
Okay.
Now when it comes to Asa, she's a lot more complex. Asa is a character that jumps between
okay. If he's gonna give him a 10 out of 10, I would say, if we're going for these fucking crazy astronomical high scores, I would give both Denji and Asa 10 out of 10s.
emotions a lot. Those
Maybe,
emotions affect her choices. So her choices and her emotions are constantly changing. One thing about Asa is that you can't really put your thumb on where she sits either, because you don't know how she's going to react to a situation. Very similar to Denji, but within a different scope. This works incredibly well with the design philosophy of her character. She's meant to be nervous. She's meant to be unpredictable within her own right. And a lot of the time she is. She makes choices. She's challenged. She jumps through different hurdles that you would never expect her to do.
One thing I like about Asa is that you can really tell that she thinks somewhat highly of herself. She thinks that she's smarter than a lot of people. She thinks that she's like she kind of thinks highly of herself. She has a bit, not necessarily like an ego, but yeah, maybe a bit of an ego. But like you can also tell she's very immature. She falls very short to herself as well, and like she knows this is a complexity. When the Falling Devil made her relive her past traumas, then she wanted to let herself go because she thought, like with everything that's happened in her life and in her quest to be a normal girl, everything goes wrong time and time again. So in like some way she knows her inadequacies, which I think makes her an even better character.
But she ends up doing regardless. She's someone that overanalyzes, overthinks, gets very emotional. She's completely traumatized by a lot of PTSD. So even though she shares a ton of similarities, almost identical situations or scenarios with Denji and what they've been through, their characters are so entirely different, but also the same, just under a different scope. Their DNA, I would say, is very similar. Something that I've come to really love with Asa is the finesse of her choices. It's never one-dimensional. It's never direct. There's always a build-up. There's always a learning curve. There's always an understanding or an external understanding that has to take place before she does something. It's because she second-guesses herself. It's because she doesn't trust herself. She doesn't trust others.
Does he? I noticed that all of these drawings that he uses, are they penned? Is he an artist? Does he pen these himself? Wait, actually, let me check his. I'm just gonna check if he has like any credits to who does the penning. Does he do that? He does draw the pictures, so like every fucking video where he has drawn pictures like that, he's the one that does it. Also, what's up, Kendall? Good to see you. Jesus Christ, yeah, okay.
Others.
Yeah.
So when you don't have trust in anything, the choices that come to you are never that easily accepted. And while it is a scary and sad thing to have, it works for a gorgeous writing element for her character. Some of the best writing in terms of sensitivity, I would say, personally, has come with Asa. Fujimoto can really explore her mentally and emotionally however he wants. And when you're utilizing those physical traits like we've talked about before, her facial expressions, her bodily movements, everything is just wrapped together perfectly. Now, it may be early on to say this, but I would give her a 10 out of 10 as well.
I agree.
I think Fujimoto has done a perfect job in the smaller...
Wait, what's up? Oh, yeah. So, oh, shit. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Do you guys want me to go back? I did fuck that.
Of time, I do think there's sensitivity,
that
I
is
would
a Jake
say,
moment.
personally, has come with Asa. Fujimoto can really explore her mentally and emotionally however he wants. And when you're utilizing those physical traits like we've talked about before, her facial expressions, her bodily movements, everything is just wrapped together perfectly. Now, it may be early on to say this, but I would give her a 10 out of 10 as well. I think Fujimoto has done a perfect...
If Asa was a 2023 influencer, what content would she make? I think she would be either a fashion TikToker or Instagram influencer, or maybe like just like a lifestyle influencer. I feel like, yeah, she'd be a lifestyle influencer. Maybe she eats really healthy and she shows off what she eats every day. Something like that.
Big job in the small amount of time that we've had with her. So this is what the score is looking at now. Lastly, we have dialogue. Again, this is not about what a character says, but more so how they say it. This can speak to a lot of different things.
That's a good question.
Denji is very prominent with his dialogue. It fits perfectly within his behavioral traits and his physical traits, is that he is someone that is very uneducated. He's someone that's been through a lot. And while the majority of the story never gives you the reasoning on why he acts the way he is, why he's so simple-minded and a little bit goofy and not very intelligent, even though he's 16 years old, when you find out what he's been through, when you find out the reasoning of why he speaks.
He's going to give Denji a 10 out of 10 for dialogue, and I would probably agree. I would agree that they're both 10 out of 10s for dialogue, or nearly perfect for dialogue. It'd make honestly, it'd make the perfect sufferance video. Denji's dialogue is nearly perfect, or was almost perfect. Asa's dialogue is almost perfect, or their places in the story are almost perfect. And what makes them not perfect is that they're not completed yet, so we don't know if they're going to be perfect.
Speaks the way that he does, why he expresses things the way that he does. It all makes sense. One of the best things that has happened throughout Chainsaw Man is watching this challenge and grow.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay,
gets put in a position.
There's one. I will say, and this is a complete confession of mine. Zizu, where my brain was going just now was that it would be a fantastic idea to make videos like, what would so-and-so character be if they were blank, based on your question. What would Asa be like if she was a 2023 influencer? That was such a fucking good question that I was like, damn, I gotta steal your ideas. I'm probably not gonna do that, but that's my confession, is that you got me thinking.
With someone like Makima, someone like Power, someone like Aki, you have 3 different points of references to go off. Power is the closest one to him. Channels the same dialogue, channels the same energy. They work beautifully. They're siblings. Aki feels more like a big brother just by the way they talk with each other. So you get a beautiful duality of Denji being like this crazy little brother and Aki being this older brother.
I love his B-roll, but
sometimes just barely, they bleed into each other just a little bit. So Denji isn't always off the leash crazy. Sometimes he's more reserved too. Sometimes he takes very sensitive approaches to characters that reflect that same emotion, like Aki. When it comes to Makima, however, he gets very much within his own head. He kind of loses sight of himself, and that's when his dialogue becomes choppier and a little bit more dog-like, because that's what Makima is trying to do. However, when you see that start to grow, him starting to take on traits from the people closest to him, you hear and see a side of Denji that you've never seen before. His speech has a lot more direction. There's a lot more time where he pauses to actually think about what he's going to say, how he's going to react. Hell, there's even instances where he doesn't talk at all because he feels that it is right. It's kind of oddly poetic that the end of the story is him kind of talking to Makima in a really passionate-like way. When she's gone, when she's disappeared, he's the only one that has kind of experienced the worst of it all, yet he still speaks to her with so much emphasis and passion. It's just a lot about his character emotionally and how much he has grown throughout this short period of time. He's been through a lot, and that has affected who he is at its core. When it comes to dialogue, it might be a little bit controversial, but I would give Denji a 9 out of 10.
A 9 out of 10, okay.
I enjoy quite a bit.
He's going to give Asa a 10 out of 10, and it's going to be a tie.
You see, Asa kind of goes through this story expressing how she feels in a lot of different ways, but because you never actually get the true intention behind her words, it's almost like she's telling half-truths the entire time. You never truly understand what she means. She may express something, she may say something, she may do
actually
something,
a 10 out of 10 for
but you don't have any validity behind it. And it's mostly because she doesn't trust herself. She doesn't trust others. She doesn't mentally or emotionally want to think about things because it starts to bring her down. So she tends to bottle things away quite a bit. When she finally does talk or does try to express things, it usually makes the situation worse. At least that's what she's scared of. However, when she starts to talk with Denji, when she starts to talk with Yuko, for example, you see a side of her that you've never seen before. And while it's only been 20 chapters, the way she...
Even though Yuko was a bit of a controversial character, I think she brought so much good out of Asa, or so much good Asa dialogue out. And it makes me so sad that she's gone now, because I feel like we got so much development, and we got to see, I bet that's where he's going with this right now. We got to see such a different side of Asa when it came to Yuko. Fujimoto protagonist tier list?
Emphasizes her words. The way she thinks about things is so incredibly sad. Even though they have been through a lot, I think the negative effect that has hit Asa is a lot harder, a lot more close to home. She doesn't really know how to deal with things, and because of it, it kind of ruins her.
Oh, yeah,
when you watch her open up her shell little by little, when she gets challenged, when she gets angry, it's always with someone that means well by her. Denji, for example, is someone that she gets very upset with, and this is the first and only time you ever really get to see her angry, her true self. Now,
it's
she
so
wouldn't be game to do
childish,
this
but in a
anywhere
good way.
else. In fact,
She's
she's
so
not.
immature.
But because she feels comfortable, because she
thinks
feels
so highly
rather
of herself,
safe,
but that
because
makes
she
her
feels
so
like
good.
she understands Denji quite a bit and honestly considers him a friend just by the way she speaks, they thrive. And you get a very clear understanding of the type of person that Asa is, what she's been through, and what directly hurts her. This might be controversial, but personally, I appreciate her dialogue, the way she expresses things on the same length, if not higher than what Denji does. And that's not to say that it's quote-unquote objectively better, but more so, I guess, up my alley. I enjoy that type of approach for characters a lot more.
They're gonna be
the
even,
amount of impact that she's had on the narrative because of it, how it links with her behavioral traits, how it links with her physical traits.
When we got this original artwork of Asa and Bucky and her holding the chainsaw, that's when I was like, okay, maybe like a 5 out of 10, like nothing special. But now that we get like actually Asa as a character and how awesome she is, easy clap, easy 10.
Incredibly influential for the 30-odd.
Not clap in that regard, but like clap
the
competition. Jesus
Quarter of what
Christ.
Chainsaw Man's story is.
Easy
and she's
10
already
though,
this
dialogue-wise.
Fujimoto has struck gold with Asa as a character from head to toe, and for that, I'd have to give her dialogue a 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, this brings us to the end. These are the final scores for each category, and the final verdict, for me personally, is Denji. I'd put him on top. But funny enough, not by a lot. For me, I would say he wins because of
they got the same exact scores.
The amount of personal appreciation and connection you can build with him, but don't let it fool you. Given more time with Asa, with them growing and kind of connecting with each other, which mind you, Denji still gets better and better over time, she's definitely up there, extremely close, no doubt about it. It's not even a loss to Asa. The fact that she's even relatively close to Denji, in my opinion, is impressive enough as it is. Both are phenomenal characters, but Denji for me comes out on top. With that, however, if you have been grading
I
alongside...
I want to say, if I had to put one above the other, I would maybe actually also put Denji on top, solely because of how amazing he is fulfilling his role as a supporting character in Part 2. So
let me know your answers. Let me know your results. I'd love to see them. If you made it this far, leave a like, subscribe, a comment. It supports me a ton.
That more than fucking deserved a like. So I will like it. That was a fire video. It took me 30 minutes to get through it, but that was a fire video. I was a fan. Alright. Get that out of the way. Alright, what time is it? 9:20. Been live for hour 20. How about we ask the Future Devil what's going to happen tomorrow, and then I talk to you guys about some of my plans for the week when it comes to Chainsaw Man content and live streaming. Some other streams I'm going to do this week. So let's first bring this up. Future Devil, our conversation with them. Let's see. Oh, great and powerful Future Devil. Oh, we could totally do that. We'll react to One Piece live action after this too. I've seen it before, but I want to go over my own thoughts with you guys. Okay, so, oh, great and powerful Future Devil. What is going to happen in Chainsaw Man Chapter 133? Oh fuck. Okay. What happens in Chainsaw Man Chapter 133? Well, the Future Devil chuckles. Let's just say you don't know the meaning of the word chaos until you get to Chapter 133. A hint of a grin crosses the Future Devil's face. I will say that this is potentially the first time that the Future Devil will be right about something that happens in a chapter. I think it will probably be very chaotic. Last chapter, we didn't necessarily get a flashback with Reize. Chapter before that, Aki doesn't become a dad. Unfortunately, as much as I'd love that, as much as I'd love him to father children, maybe even my children. Eat those crocs. Okay. Surely we will not count a chapter being chaotic as fucking like croc eating worthy. No. Here, how? This is me saving my ass. No, I was gonna ask how will it be chaotic, but I'm gonna let it be how it is. Yeah, what if it's just a boring chapter? I will say it's too vague for the Crocs. I agree with that. But if it is chaotic, maybe I'll do some kind of punishment. We'll come up with some kind of punishment for me. Maybe like 40 push-ups or something. If tomorrow's chapter is chaotic, next stream I'll do 40 push-ups. Yeah, more precision. If it's like a precise guess, like if he's like, yeah, Reze is gonna show up, and then she actually somehow does, that's a fucking croc. I will boil a croc and eat it and do it on stream or a video or something. That's more than worth it. Okay, though, the future devil has spoken. So after this, I might as well let me bring up that One Piece trailer, because was it Universe? Yeah, Universe brought up a good point. I didn't look at it yet. I haven't reacted to it. I did see it though. I did see the trailer, and I had thoughts on it. Let me pull it up. One Piece live action trailer. We'll watch it together. I'm gonna have to pause this shit a lot though, because I feel like I'm gonna get giga fucked by copyright. And I will say, just for now, off rip, the first time I saw it, I personally did not think it looked good. Maybe it's because I haven't read too much of One Piece yet, but I often believe that anime does not translate well to live action. I saw the the Tokyo Ghoul live action movie in theaters. I dragged my friends to go see it too, and it was a pretty faithful adaptation of the first arc or two of Tokyo Ghoul, and it was dog shit. It was a faithful adaptation. It was dog shit. Anime and fantasy tropes within anime does not translate well to live action. And that's just my own personal opinion on it. But yeah, I personally, I watched this already and I did not like it. But that's just my own opinion.
Ever since I was a kid.
I think I will say, okay, now that we have him up on screen, the only thing I really liked was Luffy. I love his design. I think it does bring out, except for the fact that he wears shoes, it does bring out the best parts of Luffy's design into live action. I do think he looks pretty good in this.
The sea's been calling. So?
I also like
out
his
to
voice.
Follow my dreams. I'm gonna be king of the pirates. All I need is a loyal crew.
Okay, and this is another thing. Let's go back. Okay. I personally think shit like this is somewhat, dare I even say, egregious. Why live action, my anime doesn't translate well into live action is because you get characters with fucking green hair, pink hair, rainbow hair. It does not translate well. You do not, it doesn't, like, it just, I don't know. The green hair, are you kidding? I don't know. It just looks bad to me. It looks bad. Like, I get it, if he didn't have green hair, people would be like, well, it's not accurate to the manga or the anime. And they'd give it shit for that. But, like, this is accurate to the manga. This is accurate to the anime. It doesn't look great. I'm going to be real with you.
And I think together we'd make a pretty good team.
He does look cool, though. I do like the way he looks.
We're heading up to the Grand Line.
They got a good actor for him. And also the action sequences look fucking dope.
We're heading up to the Grand Line.
A treacherous stretch of ocean.
And that, I will say, that looks fucking cool, too. The fish guy. Don't remember his name. His design looks fucking cool, too.
With bigger islands and bigger pirates. Careful with that.
I don't work for you.
I'm sensing a little bit of tension amongst the crew.
Not a crew.
He should have said Among Us. He says he should have said Among Us there. I'm noticing a little bit of tension among us. I would have spit my drink out at my screen. I would have had an actual spit take if he said Among Us there.
Crew.
We haven't sailed together for very long.
Oh, okay.
But
Not just Luffy. Oh, is that Shanks? I don't know. Not just Luffy, but what's his name? Fucking pervert cigarette guy. I like him. He's cool. He has a great design in this though. Fuck, what's his name? He's also a good chef. What is Sanji? Sanji, yeah. Sanji looks fucking sick in this.
And I know we've got each other's backs.
And I don't know if that's Nami. Okay, does that not look fucking terrible to anyone else? Like, I don't want to, like, I always feel bad talking shit about things. But it's just my personal opinion. I don't think it looks great. It does. It looks goofy, and that's probably the point. I don't know. I thought this was gonna be a huge hot take when I saw the first trailer for the Cowboy Bebop live action. I thought that looked way better. Way better. Also, though, the Cowboy Bebop trailer was fucking sick. I never watched the Cowboy Bebop show because I just heard it was dog shit, and I didn't want it to ruin Cowboy Bebop for me. Not that it would, but trailer-wise, Cowboy Bebop looked way better.
All great fighters call out their finishing moves.
No, they don't.
I hope it's good. I do hope it's good. Because I want it to make people happy and proud. Oh, is there anything else? No. That's my thoughts on that. I haven't broken it down play by play yet. That's the second time I've ever seen it. I wasn't a huge fan of it the first time I saw it. So I don't like shitting on things, but that's just my personal opinion. I hope it's good. But anime never translates well to live action. I just genuinely believe that. I'm gonna get rid of this shit. Okay. I think this is probably a fairly decent place to call it. Let me throw some music back on, though, while we end the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I had a shit ton of fun, as always. I'm planning on doing a few more streams, maybe 1 or 2 more this week. I have one where I have to go through... I have a bunch of Chainsaw Man shit that came in the mail, like some figures, and like stationery and other shit that I want to go open up on stream with you guys. And then my friend from Australia who hates Chainsaw Man comes in tomorrow night, and I'd love to do a stream with him at some point as well. But he loves One Piece. I should have saved the reaction to watch it with him, because I'm not sure if he's seen it yet. He's probably gonna hate it. But he's definitely gonna be in some content with me. Very, very dear friend of mine, my Australian Chainsaw Man hating friend. So he will definitely be in something this week. But yeah, that's about it for tonight. I am very, very excited to get out a chapter review for chapter 133 tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for joining me here. And I will catch you guys in the next stream, next video. And I'll leave it there. Peace out. Night, guys. Good night.